Good day, everyone, and welcome to this National Hockey League video conference. I'm John Delapina from the NHL's Communications Department. Before we begin, we at the NHL and the NHL Players Association would like to send along our best for good health to you and all of your families. We'd also like to thank the members of the media for your patience over the last several days. We tried to give our players an opportunity to deal with recent events and the resulting upheaval to their personal lives. Appreciate your indulgence with the format of this call, and we thank you for the questions that you submitted. Finally, a shameless plug. This is the third in a series of divisional-based calls. Two yesterday with the Metropolitan Division players, the second one today with the more Pacific Division players, and calls Monday and Tuesday with Atlantic and Central Division players. All will be posted on NHL.com shortly after they end. With that, we welcome four Pacific Division captains: Oliver Ekman-Larsson of the Arizona Coyotes, Mark Giordano of the Calgary Flames, Bo Horvat of the Vancouver Canucks, and Connor McDavid of the Edmonton Oilers. Gentlemen, thank you for taking the time. Let's get started. Virtually every person who submitted a question wants to know these obvious, simple things, and let's go around the horn. We can go in alphabetical order. We'll start with you, Oliver. Where are you? How are you doing? How are you and your family holding up during this pause and self-isolation period?
Yeah, I'm in Arizona right now. After all, I'm doing pretty good. I'd rather be playing hockey right now, but it is what it is, and it's more important that we get this virus better and everybody feeling good and being healthy. So holding up pretty good, but it's hard to find ways to work out and stuff. But yeah, it's good.
Mark, how about you?
Yeah, same. I'm in Calgary. This is home now for me. A little bit different being home every day with the family and with the kids, but enjoying that time and trying to take advantage of it. The season sort of came to a stop. Obviously, it was a little bit of a shock for all of us, but like Oliver said, it's really important for us to be safe and everyone take care of each other and do the right thing and listen to what the doctors and nurses, they're the ones who are seeing this on the front lines, and we need to listen to them and do whatever they tell us to.
Oh, I know you rearranged the schedule and went to great lengths to be with us today. Thanks for doing that. Just let everybody know how you're doing.
Yeah, doing well. My wife and I went back home to Ontario. She's pregnant, so we just weren't sure what was going to happen, or we just wanted to be home just in case. That's where she wants to have the baby, and so we went back home. And it's my family's health is the most important thing. And then obviously it sucks not to be playing, but at the same time, being back home, it's nice. I got a full gym in my place, so I get to work out a little bit, and just trying to stay healthy and hopefully we can get back playing here soon.
Thanks, Bo. Connor, how about you?
Yeah, just here in Edmonton. I thought it was probably the best choice to do that. Didn't want to travel through the airport and maybe bring it back home with my family. Where I got parents and grandparents and all that, so thought it'd be safest just to stay put for the time being, and moved into a new place here, so breaking that in lots of time in the new place.
Thanks, guys. So another question everybody wanted, and a couple of you alluded to it, and I'll start with you, Connor. We've seen you working out with your dog, Lenny. And I think everybody just assumes that NHL players, professional athletes have gyms in their home, but then when you think about it, since you have everything you need at the office, I don't know why you would have to have a gym at home. So I'm just wondering how you're adapting, if you're using like household appliances, pets, all that kind of stuff. Connor, how are you staying fit? How are you working out?
Yeah, well, like I said, I got a new place, so I actually did put in the gym. Putting in the gym, Neeler on my team was giving me a hard time. I asked him the same question. What's the point of putting in the gym in your house when you got the rink right there? And now, thankfully, luckily I did, and I have that option to work out there. But obviously, it's tough. We don't know what's going to happen with the season. Obviously, we're very hopeful that it's going to come back, and we'll be able to continue where we left off. But we're doing everything we can to stay ready to go.
And other than Lenny, I hear you might have another different workout type thing you might want to spring on the fan shortly.
Yeah, there's a bit from Hayden and Rob, Gary Roberts. Obviously very supportive. And, they're talking about how their kids are just so bored and they're even bored of playing video games. So it was kind of their idea just to maybe start a little home workout that you can do. We're working on that. Obviously, it's still a little preliminary, but we hope to get that up there soon, maybe.
All right, Mark, any creative fitness you're doing at home?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have too much here. I have some few cardio machines, like you said. So used to having that resource at the rink, but I've been doing a lot of body weight stuff when it comes to strength and all that. A lot of push-ups and old school exercises. But you know what? I think as long as you put in about, you put in a good half hour to an hour a day, and you can maintain a lot of what you have with even just simple body weight exercises. For us, I think the main thing is we want to be on the ice. So that's the part that sucks right now. We can't get into our skates and get on the ice. So trying to find a lot of different creative ways to stay active, and it's hard to motivate yourself some days, but try to do it as early as possible in the morning and get it over with.
Okay. Bo, I think you said you had a home gym, but if you're not home, how are you doing it?
Yeah, no, it's nice actually. Obviously, Connor knows to have a gym at your place. But other than that, if I'm not home, it'd be running, or like Gio said, push-ups and old school kind of things. So it definitely makes it a lot harder. There's nothing like being in game shape or on ice shape. It's totally different. But like Gio said, to maintain whatever you can, and then try to be in the best shape you can. If we do end up coming back, then that's going to be a huge advantage.
Okay, and Oliver, just to round it out and change it up a little bit, when you don't know when you're coming back, how does that make it harder, so you don't know exactly how to ramp up?
Yeah, it's hard. Like I said, I think you're just trying to be moving around a little bit and trying to stay in shape. But yeah, it's tough. I mean, I've been running a lot, and my trainer dropped a couple things off at the front door, so I guess he wanted me to work out and get stronger. But yeah, been all right. I mean, it's hard when you're used to working out with the team and your teammates, so it's different for sure.
All right. Let's try a couple of individual ones that were sent in from media members. Ben Kuzma of the Vancouver Province, for you, Bo. If he said, but I'll say when the season resumes, how much will you guys be lifted by a healthy roster, and what do you think the Canucks will have to do better?
Yeah, I mean, we had a couple of injuries. Markstrom, our goaltender, that was hurt. Tanny, who was kind of just got hurt before this ended. No, it's definitely going to help get our roster healthy and get back going again. I mean, we have a lot of guys that are important pieces to our team, and if we can put it all together and stay healthy and play the way we know how to play, we're going to have a lot of success going forward. So we're trending in the right direction. Obviously, it was nice to be on the playoff hunt at this time, and all of a sudden this kind of thing happens, which sucks. But we're definitely we were doing a lot of good things before this.
Okay. Connor, similar question from Marty Klinkenberg at the Globe and Mail. And we stipulated all these questions. There's a lot more important things going on in the world, but we're just going to take a couple of minutes to think about hockey. Your team was having such a great season. How does the interruption make it frustrating?
Yeah, it's frustrating. But like you said, there's lots more important stuff going on, and the health and safety of everyone is what's important. Hockey can go on hold for a little bit, but obviously it's frustrating when. I shouldn't say frustrating. It's just disappointing when the team's having a good year and in the playoff hunt and lots of good stuff going on. So, but again, it's important that everyone does what they have to do and takes care of each other, like Gio said earlier, and we can get this thing over with so we can get back to playing hockey.
Okay, Mark from Eric Duhachik at The Athletic. I guess leading up to the pause, you had said you thought your team was in a better shape than it was even last year at this time. And how does the pause change that? And after 2 weeks off of skates, how do you feel?
Yeah, no, I said that because last year we got off to this great start and we were sort of coasting in, and it just didn't feel like we were playing those type of playoff atmosphere games that you need to be in going into playoffs, and I think it hurt us a bit. So what I said was, if we do get in this year, we're going to have to go on a great run to get in and be playing our best hockey. The pause, like Connor said, I mean, there's no other way to say it. It's frustrating sometimes for us. It's disappointing, but again, we have to do what's right. And I think, being leaders on our team and in our communities, that goes a long way. As far as the break, I think if we can ever get back to playing, I think this is going to be one of the best playoffs ever, because every team's going to have all their guys healthy and ready to go. It's going to be, you're truly going to be playing the best version of every team, I think. So looking forward to hopefully getting through this as a community and as a group of NHLers here, and then we'll be in for some pretty good hockey, I think, if we can ever get into, past this and get into playoffs.
That sounds good, Mark. Oliver, in a lot of ways, this has been kind of a renaissance season for your team. Attendance is up. You've brought in some star players. Tell me how you feel right now about how well that was going and how frustrating it is that it's paused for now.
Yeah, I think bringing in some really top players in this league, I feel like the expectations went up a little bit, and the fans expected us to be a playoff team, and that's what we want. We want to be in big games this time of the year. No, I feel like we've been taking some steps in the right direction, and hopefully can continue doing that. So it's a lot of fun, and we know that hockey is big in Arizona, and we just gotta continue working hard and getting better.
All right, let's lighten the mood. See if you guys have a sense of humor, or if I do. Look at the other three guys on the camera. We got 2 D men and 2 forwards. What do you miss the least about playing against the other 3 guys on this call? Okay, the thing that really annoys you, drives you nuts. Connor, start off.
Probably losing every face-off against Bo. That's what I'm not very good at face-offs, but obviously when you go to Vancouver and get to play every shift against Bo, you don't win many draws. So obviously 3 real good players here. Had lots of good battles against all 3 of them. OEL's probably got the best stick in the league.
I'll take it. Thanks.
Charas, but Gio obviously is just a great overall player. So 3 great players in the Pacific Division. It's fun to go against them every night.
Oh, do you really win every face-off against Connor?
No, he actually roasted me this year. I don't know what it was, but no, I think obviously trying to catch him is the biggest thing. So if you can start with the puck, it's obviously an advantage to me. And obviously the other 2 guys, just every single time in the corner or coming down on them, you're probably not going to get around them or get the puck in the corner. So no, that's the one thing I don't miss about playing against those guys. That's for sure.
Oliver, you're up.
Yeah, I mean, Connor made me look bad a couple of times, or a lot of times this season already, so I don't miss that. I mean, Mark and we kind of had our battles over the years, so been fun at the same time. I mean, I respect him a lot, but that's how it is on the ice. But obviously, a really good defenseman and a player that I look up to. But yeah, so I don't miss the battles right now. It's kind of nice to relax in the sun a little bit. And Bo, I mean, I feel like you never have the puck when he's on the ice. So yeah, it's I don't miss that either.
Well, yeah, if what Oliver means was when he crushed me a couple times. One time, I think I thought it was from behind. So we sort of got into it there.
The side, I would say, pretty clean.
Yeah, he's Arizona. I mean, every time you play him, you know what you're getting. You're getting that stingy defense, and I think they've added a lot of young skills, so they're real tough out. And then the other 2, the 2 forwards, I don't know why everyone thinks they're so quick. I think they're actually kind of slow. So especially Connor. So it's kind of tough to adjust my gaps based on, I got to slow it down a bit, I guess, out there. So yeah.
You're talking about me.
No, in all honesty, I think it's been great. I think all our teams are super competitive now. I think the Battle of Alberta's back, but I also think we're huge rivals with Arizona and Vancouver. So we're all right there together, bunched in, battling. So it's been a fun year, but we definitely have some heated battles. And like Oliver said, sometimes it's nice to get a little break from that, and hopefully we get going again and bring it right back.
All right, that was really too complimentary. So let's see if we can take it down a level here. Which teammate would you most want to be quarantined with? Which teammate would you least want to be quarantined with, and why? Bo, you started off.
Ooh. Put me on the spot right away. I was hoping I was going to be last. Most quarantine with? I don't know. I'll go with Sutter. Him and I are pretty close, and share similar interests and stuff like that. So I'd have to go with him. And least, I'm gonna have to go with Virtanen. I don't know. Yeah, I always just like getting under his skin and chirping him. So that's all I'm gonna say from that.
Okay, Mark.
I'll go. We've been playing together probably the longest. Well, sort of the longest on our team. But me and Monahan are pretty tight off the ice. We trained together in the summer and have developed a pretty good relationship. So I'll go with him. We have a lot of the same interests too. And then probably the lead guy I'd least want to be with is I'll say David Riddick. He crushes a lot of Pepsi and pop and stuff like that. So I would have to load up for him. And half the time he's yelling at me on the ice and trying to say things to me, and I have no idea what he's saying. So I'll go with Ritter.
Okay, Oliver.
It's a tough one. I think I got to go with a Swede here, so I'm going to go with Niklas Hjalmarsson if I had to pick one guy to be quarantined with. So, yeah, he's a good guy, and I mean, we can watch on Swedish TV shows. Least, I got to go with Keller because he can't cook, he doesn't talk. He's only playing Fortnite, so I'm not really into that. So, yeah. Keller.
All right, Connor, take us home.
I'll probably go with Nursey here. He's a guy that I've lived with before. Obviously I've known him a long time as well. So, a guy I'm real comfortable with, and know the ins and outs of his life, and he knows the same about mine. So least, I'll probably have to go with Cass here. He's just got too much energy. He's go constantly. So that's not what you're looking for when you got to be trapped in a house all day. So I obviously love Cass, but there's a little too much energy for a 2-week quarantine.
Got it. All right. Question from Nick King of KMPH in Phoenix to Oliver. Can you please explain the backstory of your most recent Instagram post with the horse?
Yeah, a lot of people thought it was fake, but I actually have a video of it too. So I was gonna post that one in a couple of days just to show them that I actually can ride. So, but I went up there and I grew up around horses back home. My mom had a lot of horses, so I go up north here in Scottsdale once in a while and just clear my mind a little bit and wanted to show off a little bit.
All right. Bo, you're on the line here with some other guys who are young captains, but this is your first year. What have you learned about being a captain as the season's gone on? Adam Kimmelman from NHL.com wanted to know that.
Yeah, I've learned a lot. I mean, you try to see what other guys do. I kind of picked Hank and Danny's brain a little bit, but I can't say it's been easy. I mean, there's definitely that added pressure, and you want to perform. You want your team to do well every single night. So, it's definitely not easy, but at the same time, I'm just trying to embrace it, learn as I go, and And, all these guys on the call here today are phenomenal captains. So just trying to, take and learn what I can from each individual.
And Mark and Connor, I'll give you both this one. We can lob it off. Everybody wants to know about the Battle of Alberta, and it's ticked up a little bit this year. Is it fun while it's going on, or are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I think what's happened is both teams were both in those playoff spots, and I think for a lot of my career, it wasn't like that. So this is so much better. I think it's so much better for the game, and it's a lot more fun to play in those games. And we've had some good ones this year, so hopefully we'll keep that going.
Yeah, I mean, like Mark said, we've had lots of games where they've been pretty meaningless, and this year obviously with the games being so tight and these 4 teams being so tight in Calgary and Edmonton, especially, there's the fans always get into it. They're always lots of fun. This year they've been pretty wild. So we'll get back playing here, and maybe we'll even see them in the playoffs. So that'd be pretty fun.
Connor, both Mark Spector from Sportsnet and Jim Matheson from the Edmonton Journal wanted to know, how does your knee, the way you rehabbed it last summer and how you have to keep it going, get affected by something like this where you have an indefinite amount of time to be off the ice?
I don't think it plays an effect at all. I'm 100% healthy now, so there's nothing that you really need to do for it. Obviously just trying to keep my whole body in shape and keep myself ready to go when we get ready, or when we get back to playing. So it doesn't change it at all.
All right, let's see how imaginative and self-serving you guys all can be here. We got all different positions in the standings as they were frozen. Some teams safely in. I think we got one team here that is either out or in, depending on whether we have points or points percentage. So let's go around and see, how do we want to restart this, and what kind of playoffs do we want to have? So Bo, I think you're in the most interesting position. So you think we need to play some more games, or else go by point percentage, right?
I was just gonna say, either go by points percentage or start, play some more regular season games. Obviously, to make it completely fair, you'd want to play regular season games and have, more games, to get in. But if we're going to start playoffs right away, then obviously, sorry, Gio, but you want to, I don't know if you guys would be in or not, but definitely by percentage, and I think that would put us in. But it's tough to make that call. That's for sure.
All right, Connor, what kind of playoff should we have?
I think they look pretty good right now, but obviously, a fair season, and a fair season's a full season. So if we can do that, then that's what we'd obviously prefer. But I don't think we can just step into playoffs and game one, Calgary come to Edmonton and guys just run around, kill each other, and haven't played a game in 2 months. I think it'll end up the Stock and Heat versus the Bakersfield Condors if that's the case. So we want to keep the guys healthy, and we want to make sure that everyone's get up and ready to play some playoff hockey. Like Gio said earlier, I think if we can get back to playing, I think it could be some of the best playoffs we've ever seen, where everyone's healthy, everyone's rested, and it could be real exciting hockey.
Mark, what do you think? Edmonton, Calgary in a couple of weeks?
Yeah, you know what, I don't know. I've thought a lot about this. I think, like Bo said, you want to like in a perfect world, you want to play the regular season out and let it play out. Whoever gets in gets in. But I don't think realistically we're going to have that time. So the best one I think I've heard is you can't eliminate teams who are out on points percentage or stuff like that. I think you go 12-12, and more teams get in this year. Maybe a couple buys at the top and play it out. But yeah, I think it's going to be tough too to just jump into a playoff game first game. So I don't know how they can work it out where we can almost get, even if we can get a couple in before that, it would be nice. But we'll see how long this lasts and how long it goes, right?
Oliver, I didn't think you needed to be called on when he said 12 and 12. I figured you jumped right in, so go ahead.
I think it's only fair to start where we left off here. I think it would be good for the playoffs to get those games to really get going again and get into a playoff spot and be ready for a really good playoffs. I think that would be benefit all of us. Like everybody else said, I think it would be a really good playoffs because we're getting a lot of rest and everybody's going to be healthy when we get back.
Okay. We have 4 captains here. I'll start with you, Oliver. How are you keeping your team together? Is it you do Zoom calls like this? Do you do you have a chat room? How are you doing this?
Yeah, we haven't had any FaceTime or anything. It's more group chat and text. So it's a lot of chirping going on in that group chat. So I'm actually thinking about deleting it because it's a lot of weird pictures and stuff like that. But it's a lot of fun. Keeps you busy at the same time and you kind of stay connected. So it's nice to have.
Oh, how are you keeping your group together?
Yeah, same thing. Just a lot of group chats going on. We probably have 100 that keep getting started and restarted back up. So I got a lot of messages on my phone coming from everywhere. But again, a lot of chirps, a lot of joking around like we would in the locker room. And everybody's missing the game. Everybody wants to get back and play hockey. So as soon as possible. But again, it's just everybody's just trying to do what's best for their families, keep their families safe, and ride this thing out until everything's safe and ready to go.
Mark, who are the guys on your team who are just bombarding you with texts and they're big in the group chat and the other guys are silent?
Yeah, I mean, same, like just some ridiculous pictures and texts and stuff going on. But I'd say Zach Ronaldo and Big Luch are the two that they get the chat going every day. And once one guy starts it, it never stops. The phone just buzzes the whole day. Been having trouble keeping my battery at keeping my phone alive because there's so many texts coming in and buzzing my phone. But it's great that we have this, honestly. Like, we have this technology now where you can FaceTime, you can do all this stuff and at least somewhat stay connected. So we've done that. And, our team has been sending us updates through emails on what's going on and trying to keep us posted, but not much has really changed. So it's been weird times, but at least we have this where we can actually do things like this and stay connected a little bit.
Connor, you have a young group. They have to be technologically savvy, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's tough to go last in this one because I'm just going to reiterate what everyone else is saying. But yeah, obviously we got a group chat and stuff like that, and guys are keeping in contact. We got a couple guys left in Edmonton here, and I've gotten together with Darnell and gone outside for runs. We keep our 6 feet distance. We don't get any closer than that, obviously, but we can still get outside and go for a run. It's not exactly Arizona here yet, but it's warming up, so we can get outside and get a little workout in there. And, it's good.
All right, so I tried this with a couple of other groups, and there were a little bit older players. So I'll try it with you guys. Maybe we'll do better. Video games. Any tournaments going on the team? Anything like that? What's enabling you to pass the time? Anybody jump in?
I don't play video games. Sorry.
Me neither, really.
Yeah.
Same over here.
The young guys are out.
My 6-year-old has a Nintendo Switch that I watch him play sometimes. But yeah, I just not enough time for that.
We play Mario Kart Switches on the plane rides, but that's about it. There's nothing else going on at home.
All right. Well, here's one you can answer. TV shows you're binging right now. Your Desert Island Discs, the album that you need to get you through this sort of thing. Let's go around the horn. Oliver, you didn't talk on the last one, so you go first.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of time on the Netflix, but I've been watching a lot of Swedish TV shows that came out a few months ago. So if you guys have any good ones, I would be happy to watch them.
Who's got a suggestion? Help a man out.
Yeah, I need some good shows.
The Tiger King. You gotta watch that.
Oh my God, that show
Is that one
nuts.
good?
Yeah, Tiger King, crazy.
I've heard nothing but crazy stuff about that show.
I don't know if I'm up to that, but I'll give it a shot.
You'll like it.
You'll like it, trust me, buddy. It's the
I'll give it a
weirdest stuff
shot.
you've seen in a long time.
What about the music that gets you through this, Mark?
Oh God, I'm old, so I mean I'm a big Pearl Jam guy. I'm not. I don't mind. I'm from Toronto. I don't mind like Drake and stuff like that. But I'm more of Pearl Jam, Nirvana. That was my stuff growing up. So I'm more of a rock alternative type of guy.
Connor, you made a face there. Give us what's your response to Mark's taste in music?
He probably doesn't even know who Nirvana is.
No, I mean, we're just different times. I mean, obviously he's a little bit older than I am, but you know, I don't know. I listen to like Post Malone, or he said Drake. I don't mind Drake being a Toronto guy as well. So, yeah.
Oh,
I'm a country guy, so I like listening to country. I mean, there's a bunch of good country artists out that are even coming up in the scene right now. I don't mind listening to, like Gio said, Nirvana, some classic rock, 80s rock too. So we kind of, JT Miller does a lot of throwback songs, and he's got the iPod in the room, so it's cool to listen to music with him. He knows a lot about it.
Oliver, any Swedish bands we should know about?
I'm like Mark there a little bit. I don't really listen to music, but if I had to pick one, it's probably Swedish House Mafia, right?
All right. Let me ask you guys, anything you've noticed or you've learned in your time away, a skill that you thought you didn't realize you had, like cooking, building something, or maybe a hobby or something you're taking up, learning a language? Mark, start with you.
I actually ordered that. There's that company called HelloFresh the other day, where they basically send you, all the ingredients with the instructions on how to cook the meal. So I tried that the other day, and it didn't go too bad. I think I made a chicken stir fry or something like that, and it was all right. But I hate cooking because of the cleanup. So as much as I can, I leave that to my wife, or I order in. But cooking's fun and all that, but the cleanup after, it's not worth it to me most of the time.
Connor?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been doing much at all, so I don't have any hidden talents or nothing at all really. So just been hanging out, pretty much. That's about it.
Oliver, how about you?
Yeah, I've been cooking a lot actually, and I can't remember last time I did that. So something positive coming out of this, I guess. So been actually a lot of fun to just make some different dishes and try to learn.
Oh,
you learned how to change a diaper?
Yeah, pretty much. We were just talking about that actually not too long ago. I've never changed one in my life, so it's going to be interesting. No, my wife and I just painted the nursery actually last night. It's my first time painting, so it's a little rough around the edges, but no, it was we're just pretty much preparing for the baby here in July.
All right, guys, this has been great. I just want to give you each a chance. We'll go around the same order we started to kind of talk to fans, just give them a message and maybe something to get them through the day or so. Oliver, you started off.
Yeah, I hope that all the fans out there are safe and healthy. And obviously, we wish that we were playing hockey right now, but this is more important that we slow this virus down and get back to living a normal life. So we miss you guys.
Mark.
Yeah, I just, if there's one thing I wanted to say, it'd be thanks to all the, the medical workers, the doctors and nurses, everyone who's really putting, themselves at risk to help the greater good. So social distancing, all that stuff. We have to do it. We know we can get through this, but hope everyone's safe too.
Oh, your turn.
Yeah, I just reiterate what Gio and Oliver just said. I mean, obviously we miss you guys, the fans, but can't thank the people, the medical staff, and the people on the front lines taking this thing head on. Putting themselves at risk but also helping others that are in desperate need right now of some help. And hopefully you can resolve this thing quick and get back on the ice for our fans, because I know they're missing it, and so are we.
Okay, Connor, finish us up.
Yeah, I think that Mark and Bo made a great point. Just thanking those that are putting themselves at such a risk to take care of everyone and make sure that we're all safe and healthy. And what they're doing is amazing, and the numbers that they're dealing with is crazy, and they're doing a great job. So obviously, big thanks to those people. To the fans, like I said, they all said, is we're missing it. We're missing the game. We're missing playing in front of you guys. But the better we do this part and stay at home and social distance, then the quicker we'll get through this. So make sure we're all doing our part and we're taking care of each other, and we'll get out of this soon. And just hope everyone's staying safe.
Well said. Connor, Oliver, Bo, Mark, thanks so much for taking the time. This has been really great. We'd all much rather see you back on skates and in your uniforms, and we hopefully we'll see that soon. But thanks again for taking the time.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
See you guys.
Thank you, everybody.